Everything that represents a threat for our survival will get our attention. That's why it's normal that when you're trying to pay attention on different things that happen, could be any events, any actions, you usually, it doesn't matter how much you want to pay attention to something, what if something else comes up that threatens your survival, that is going to get your attention. So that's the reason why when you're driving and you can be listening probably to a podcast. But if you're driving and let's say that all of a sudden someone cuts in your way, or someone almost hits your car in a parking lot or something like that, you pay attention to that. You pay attention to that car, and you do whatever necessary to move away, maneuver away, get in a safe position from that car that represents a threat to you. And when that happens, sometimes the shock in the moment, the shock that person that almost hit you, the shock that threat represents stays on us. We have that shock for a while, and we cannot bring the attention back to the podcast, to the radio, or to a person that was probably talking to us in the car. If you think about it, sometimes you're trying, when you sometimes even when you're trying to park your car, and you're trying to park probably you're in a situation that is difficult. You don't have a lot of space to move around. You probably need to side park, and you don't know how very well how to do it. And when you're in that kind of situation where you need to do a task that you're struggling to do it, you turn off the radio, or you tell the person that is talking to you, shut up, or hold up just for a moment. But that is just a reaction that you do. Like the radio, you just push the button to turn off the radio. Why is that? Because you know that you cannot put your attention on both the person talking to you and parking your car. We are only allowed to pay attention 7 bits of information per second. To 7 bits of information per second. When one person is talking to you, that requires 40 bits of information. So imagine what happens when you're driving and you have a person talking to you, or when you're at work and you have someone that is talking to you, and that you have someone that is asking something to you, and then you have someone that is in his or her office waiting for you to come back with those documents that they ask you about. See, like that's a lot of information going up in your head at the same time. And that's the reason why there is no such thing as multitasking. You just jump. You don't become good at multitasking. You become good at jumping from one task to the other quickly. Okay, I gotta focus on this thing now. But of course, you don't think like that. You think that you're good at multitasking. No, when you do it over and over, what happens is that you just get your attention. One thing at a time is gonna get your undivided attention. Probably, and it's probably just for seconds. Probably you put attention to one thing for 15 seconds, and then the next one for 25, and then the next one for 44, and that's how our brain works. But you cannot pay attention on one thing and then divide your attention on another thing too, and have 2 or 3 things in your head at the same time. That just won't happen. It just that doesn't happen. We think that we can do that, but the truth is we don't.